we are now going to create a drag and drop image question type. Before you do, though, I would recommend that you go to your file manager somewhere and make sure you have all your images listed. I like to number mine consecutively with the same name, like frog 1, frog 2, and so on. And also be sure, if you're having a background image, that you have that as well. So be sure those are set up and ready to go before you go into your question bank. With that said, I'll go to my question bank under the settings block and I'll select questions. I'm going to select chapter 2 for this particular question, and then I'm going to click create a new question. In the list of question types, I'm going to select drag and drop onto an image, and then next. First thing you need to do is give it a question name and some instructions in the question text for the students. So I have a question name and my instructions to the students. That's step 1. Next, we have to assign points. This will be a 5-point question. That is your default mark. Scrolling down, the next thing you do is drag your background image into this section right here where it says drop zones, background image. You can either choose the file or you can drag and drop it. If you decide to drag and drop it, you will need to resize your window and pull up your screen that has your frog images, and then click and drag it over to the location and drop. And if that doesn't work, like it just didn't for me, which I've had this happen before, you have to select, choose a file, then you'll browse, find your file, hit open, and then hit upload. I don't know why it doesn't work sometimes. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. So now you've got your background image. The next thing is we're going to skip past the drop zones and go down to the draggable items. And notice each draggable item says draggable image or draggable text. Well, in this case, it's a draggable image. Again, we can choose a file or we can try to drag and drop it. I'll just try one more time to drag and drop it. That one worked. We'll frog 2. That one worked. And you can see I'm saying it worked by you can see the name of the file up there. Okay, I'm going to put the rest in. Now that I have all my images selected, I'm going to scroll back up to the top and I'm going to refresh preview. By refreshing the preview, I now have a drop-down box that shows me the names of all of those images. In drop zone 1, next to draggable item, I'm going to select frog 1. In drop zone 2, next to draggable item, I'm going to select frog 2. And so on until you have them all listed. Now, if you scroll back up, you'll see that these pictures are now listed below your background. Now you need to drag the items up to where they should be located. This is where I want number 1 to be. By locating your images in the correct spots on the picture, look what happened down in your drop zone. The computer put the coordinates as if it was graphing those plots. So it now has the coordinates of where drop zone 1 is, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And it knows what picture belongs in those areas. So the computer can actually score this as being right or wrong. And then just scroll down, way down, and save. In the next tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make a draggable text instead of a draggable image.